Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders finally went live, and oh my goodness, what an insane roller coaster ride that turned out to be. Thankfully, I managed to secure a pre-order, but it was a night filled with ups and downs, unlikely heroes and villains, and a rare beacon in the daylight that deserves the dub of the day. Who took the biggest L of the night? Who was the one that came through? And what will I be picking up on launch day? That's what we're going to talk about today. What's up, everyone? This is Justin, and welcome to Just Keep Playing. And this is my Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order story. So we're going to kick things off with my L of the night. Who took the L of the night? But first, I would like to hear some good news. So let me know below in the comments if you were able to secure your Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order, and let me know what games and accessories you'll be picking up on launch day. All right, so my L of the night, I know for a lot of people from what I've seen on Twitter and just heard elsewhere, it seemed like for them the biggest L of the night was Best Buy. And Best Buy definitely, like, they tried to pull a fast one on us with that 20-minute delay for pre-orders. But we're going to get to Best Buy a little bit later on. But first, for me, my L of the night has to go to Target. I know Target worked for a lot of people, but Target gets my L of the night just because of the fact that they were giving you so much hope, to the point where I had the Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle in my shopping cart and was able to hit the purchase button, and the purchase went through processing, and then sorry, something went wrong. Failed attempt. Try again I did. Same thing. And I just kept trying a bunch of times till eventually they were like, there's a problem going on, and they just kicked my Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle out of my cart, and then it was all sold out, and I was out of luck. Or was I? Much like everyone else, I had multiple tabs open, even had the apps going on my phone, and I was seeing notifications from Wario64, which I will say, if you did not manage to get a Nintendo Switch 2 and you are still looking to get one, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, whichever one you use, follow Wario64 and turn those notifications on, and they will let you know when some Switch 2s are available and will help you find one so that you can secure one for yourself. And one of those notifications that came through was that people were seeing a lot of success with Walmart. Walmart had a really good system set up for people, really good bot protection, where you actually had to click and hold to verify that you were a real person. And then you would go and you would select which bundle you wanted, or just which Switch 2 you wanted, whether it's the regular one or the one with the Mario Kart. And then it will hold your place in line while you were able to continue shopping around for whatever other games or accessories you wanted, but you just wanted to stay in that line until things went through for you and you were able to pre-order your Switch 2. But for me, somewhere out there, my Walmart website page is still reading, this deal is almost gone. This item is likely to sell out, but you can stay in line and we'll let you know if any are available when it's your turn. I must have had this page up for so many hours last night, and it never went through. But thankfully, that was not the end of the story. And it's the one that many people had issues with last night, that ended up coming through for me. So yes, the one that came through for me for the online pre-ordering was the one that gave a lot of people a hard time, and that was Best Buy. But they did not make it easy. So yes, they came through, but they do not get my dub of the day. We will talk about that in a minute. But yes, Best Buy was the one that came through for me. But like I said, they did not make it easy. I had the Best Buy app open on my phone, had the website up, and I had my finger ready on that refresh button with the page open to the bundle that I was going to go with for the night. On my phone, I went with the standard Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundle. But on my laptop, I went with the Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundle and Donkey Kong Donkey Kong Bonanza. I did think that I might have a better chance of one going through if I went with one of their bundles that they wanted you to get. And once the pre-orders were finally available, 20-30 minutes later than they were supposed to be, I finally was able to click that button and got the sign that said you were in line, and we were off to the races. And we waited and we waited and we waited, and it just kept spinning saying please wait, please wait, please wait. And then over an hour later, finally the one on my laptop went through. But the way that it went through freaked me out initially, because it was like the page disappeared and it seemed like it logged you out. And I was like, what the heck happened? What's going on? But I put my information back in, and then it finally put me up on the page, letting me know that things were going through. And I was like, oh, this is it. Let's go. This is the moment. And things went through, and they sent you to a page where they were going to send you, like text you or email you a verification code that would then allow you to go through and actually make your purchase. And I had to give it to them, even though that may have been the cause of a lot of the issues. It was really good, a really good battle against bots being able to just get in and take up all the pre-orders or get any pre-orders. Hopefully they weren't able to succeed in that. But yeah, actually texting people or emailing people a verification code that they had to put in after the fact, it seemed like that may have helped to keep some bots away, and people that actually wanted to get a system, not just to resell it, but actually wanted it because they want to play the games, were able to get their pre-orders. So I got to give Best Buy props for that, and got to give Walmart props for that too. But everything went through. I got my pre-order, and then I was like, all right, now I'll go back and I'll go get whatever accessories or games that I want to get. And speaking of the games, before we get to the dub of the day, let's talk about the games and accessories that I'll be picking up on launch day. So let's start things off with the accessories. I only really wanted to get a few accessories, and that was primarily the camera. The game chat feature is actually something that I'm actually kind of looking forward and excited to being able to use, to be able to have fully integrated video and chat right there on the system, to where I can use that when I'm traveling and still be able to play games with my wife and be able to see her and not have to use something separate like my iPad or whatnot. Like that to me is cool, to be able to do that and play games with like my sister that's, on the other side of the country. To me, I think it's a feature that I am looking forward to use. So I wanted to get that camera, and then you got to get the Pro Controller. So I secured my Pro Controller, and that was pretty much it for the accessories. I do want to get a carrying case, but I'm kind of waiting to see if some better ones with a little bit more style, a little bit more flavor show up instead of these just kind of plain basic standard ones right now. So hold out a little bit and hopefully some good ones will start popping up here soon. But now let's get to the games. So we already got Mario Kart secure with getting that Mario Kart World bundle. And then I wanted to show love to the third-party publishers that actually put their games on a complete cartridge. Now, the whole game keycard things has been a little bit of controversy. I don't hate them as much as a lot of people are raging about them. Like, if my only option is to get a game keycard, then hey, then that's what I'll do. I would prefer to have it complete on cartridge, but it is what it is. But like I said, I wanted to show love to the third parties that were putting their game on a complete cartridge. So I locked in that pre-order for Cyberpunk and Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. The Rune Factory was one that I was already really looking forward to on the Switch originally. And then everything that I've seen from Cyberpunk, just I appreciate what CD Projekt Red does, how they did everything with The Witcher 3 and now what they're doing with Cyberpunk. So definitely wanted to show support for that. Then the next game that I'm going to pre-order that completely goes against all of that, but it is a game that I was really looking forward to playing, and that is Split Fiction. I'm very disappointed that it is just a code in a box and that EA wouldn't even pay for the key card, but it's a game that I really want to play, and I really like how they're using the game share feature on the Switch too. So I added Split Fiction to the list. What accessories and games are you picking up on launch day? Let me know in the comments. And now it is time for our dub of the day. Who really held things down for the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders? Now, surprisingly, the place that gets my dub of the day, the one that seemed to handle this whole pre-order situation the best out of all the places, was GameStop. Now, don't get me wrong. Online and on their app, GameStop absolutely sucked. I woke up this morning and tried to use the app and the website, and it just crashed, getting error messages and just absolutely no luck at all. So after about an hour or so of messing around with GameStop's app and website and just seeing the absolute mess that was, I was like, well, might as well just go and check out GameStop in person and see how that goes. There are rumors and stories of a lot of GameStops getting 100 the Switch 2 allocated for pre-orders. That turned out to not be completely true, but yes, there was plenty of stock available at GameStops in person for people to be able to pre-order it if they wanted to. My GameStop had 84 total, with 54 of the Mario Kart World bundle and 30 of the just regular Nintendo Switch 2. So I left the house, got some breakfast, made my way to my GameStop, which they opened up at 12, and I got there maybe about 2.5 hours before they opened, and there were maybe about 20-ish or so people in line. And the GameStop employees were like, oh yeah, you'll be good, we got plenty of stock. So hey, I went, got in line, had my Switch ready to just maybe play some Xenoblade while I waited. But it was a cool experience, you know. We hung out, we were talking about games, talking about our Switch 1 memories and our Switch 2 wants and hopes. And it was just it was a good time, a cool atmosphere, good experience. And GameStop in person was by far the best experience of this Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order roller coaster. But what about you? What was your Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order story? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. And for more Nintendo Switch 2, and gaming discussion, please hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Peace.